Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome English Wednesdays of this season. I'd like to also thank Mandadori for helping us put always done. I'd like to thank Russell Stannard, who's going to be with us this afternoon for about an hour. He's got a lot of interesting things to say and only about an hour to say it, so I'd like to get him started as soon as possible. I'd just like to remind everyone that I will be monitoring questions, and in the final 5 minutes, I'll try to pass those over to him, and he'll be able to answer them. So, without further ado, Russell.
Okay, thank you very much, Casimir. Good to see you. Lovely to be working again with Mondadori. I think this is about the third time that we've been working together now, so it's lovely to be involved with you all. So hopefully I can see all your comments, everyone. Just you can see my background, but it's not really my background. I'm actually in my office. I'm sitting in my office at the moment, and we've just put on a green screen effect so you can see that background. Can I just get you to just to write to me where in the comments? Can you just tell me where are you sitting? Are you sitting in your kitchen? Are you sitting in your bedroom? Are you sitting in the office? Are you sitting in the school? Yeah, just tell me, just write in the comments where you're sitting. I'm just trying to get an idea of where everybody is sitting at this moment in time. So if you can just send me a quick, someone's in their bedroom. So we got one person in their bedroom. We got someone's in their living room. We got a few in the kitchen. We got someone's in their studio. Very nice. They got their own studio. Someone else is in the sitting room. Just trying to get an idea where you're all sitting. Okay. Quite a few of you are sitting in your studio, in the dining room. We got the kitchen is very popular. The dining room, the kitchen. Okay, anyone sitting in their bedroom? Anyone sitting in their bedroom this today? Okay, the kitchens is also very popular today. So people studying from their kitchens. Okay, good. Someone sitting in their office. Anyone else? Someone's on their balcony. Wow, that must be lovely. Sitting on your balcony, yeah? Nice warm day. Here in England, it's not a warm day at all. It really isn't. Whoa, someone's in their personal library. Now, that's not bad, is it? Good, lovely. I'm just going to ask you one more question just before we start, okay? Someone's sitting in their car. Okay, someone's in the garden. Very lucky there. Serena sitting in the garden enjoying the sunshine. Okay. Right, guys, one more question. Can you name, just to give me an idea what you can see in front of you, can you name for me 2 things that you can see? Just name for me 2 things that you can see in front of you. I got this big microphone in front of me. You can probably see it here. Huge, great microphone. And I've also got my cup of tea with a picture of my mum and dad when they were younger, which I always use for drinking out of. Unfortunately, my mum and dad aren't alive any longer. So that's always to remind me. Just name for me 2 things that you can see in front of you. So someone's got a television and a sofa. Someone's got their guitar. Okay, I'm a guitar player. That's interesting. Someone's got their piano and a sofa. Someone can see the fridge and the window. Someone can see their printer and a telephone. Has anyone got a nice view? Anyone got any mountains or lakes or countryside? Or, yeah, someone's got a picture. That sounds pretty good. Okay. Calendar and a pencil case. Someone's got a cup of tea in their garden. Garden could be nice. That could be a nice place to be looking. Okay, someone's got their lamps and flowers. Okay, any more? The sea, Martini. I've got one person there to tell me it's the mountains. Someone else is seeing the mountains. That's wonderful. Okay, trees. Trees are pretty good. That's really nice to hear. Okay, guys. Right, let's get down to some serious business, and we're going to do a activity with you. One of the things I want to do today is with the hope that the future is going to change and that maybe we'll be going back more into class and thinking now about what we know about technology and what we already know about the classroom and bring the 2 together with an idea for how our teaching and learning might go with a view to the future, but also using everything that we have learnt in the past. And I'm just going to do a quick screen share. I'm going to start with a really simple activity. I want you just to think of one word to express how you're feeling about the future when you go back and teach in September. How are you feeling about education and the future? So I'm going to click on the share button. I'm going to do a little activity with you. I'm going to choose to use a lovely technology here called Answer Garden. We're going to go on to Answer Garden, and I'm just going to click on this button here, and I'm just going to make an answer garden. And the question I'm going to ask is, choose one word. Okay, choose one word to describe the future. Optimistic, pessimistic, positive, worried, concerned, nervous, whatever words you want to choose. Okay, I just want to get all your vocabulary together. The one word to describe the future, and I'm thinking here about going back and being back in the classroom. Is that positive, optimistic, pessimistic, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to choose you one word to describe how you're feeling about the future of education. Now, all I needed to do was just write the question. Really simple technology, this. Very simple, and it's free. Write the question. I'm going to allow you up to 40 characters in your answer. And I'm just going to click on the bottom here and click on create. Nothing else. And it makes a link. I'm going to copy that link, and I'm going to share that link with you. Now, all you need to do is write your answer. And I'm going to say optimistic. No, I'm going to say positive. I'm feeling positive about the future, because I think that if we learn to combine what we know from the last year and go back into the classroom and combine the two together, we could do a lot of good things. So when you write your word, they will all appear on this screen. Okay, so I'm going to share this link with you so that you can all do exactly the same. Remember, you just write your word and click on submit. So let me just quickly come back and stop screen sharing. So just going to stop my screen share, come back to you guys, and I'm going to share that link with you in the private chat, and then we're going to share it into YouTube. So just the first connection, okay? So just simply click on the link and write your idea and click submit. And I'm going to collect together all of your ideas. There's more than 300 of you in the room, and I want to know what you're feeling about the future of your teaching and learning, your education, how you're feeling about teaching in the future. Positive, negative, worried, pessimistic, optimistic, motivated. Perhaps you can think of some words to do with perhaps how, if you've changed your opinion. Okay, I'm just going to share that link again, and okay, hopefully it says to me that I'm not being able to share that link with you. So if that is the case, okay, what I can do, let's just see if we can get that working. So it's just a link, and hopefully you can just click onto the link or write that link in and just write the word. We're having problems sharing the link through YouTube. I'm not sure what the reason is, but we're having problems sharing the link through YouTube so that you can actually put your answer in. It's a lovely technology, because normally you just click on the link and you can write your answer, and it creates a big word cloud. So hopefully if I can get you to do that, unfortunately that doesn't look like the link is working. So let me just have a look and see. I'm going to screen share and see if you're managing to write up your ideas. So let me just have a quick look. So if I click on share and we come over to the share screen, and sorry about that if we can't get you to write into the answer garden, because it's a lovely technology. And I'm just going to jump back and see if you're writing into the screen. Let me just update and have a quick look and see if it's working. I'm just going to click on continue. And yeah, I've got a few people. Not many people are able to write, unfortunately. Okay, I've got some though. People are saying motivated, happiness, positive, apprehension's a lovely word, concern, worried. Some people have written hopeful. So we've got a few of you writing into the window. It's a shame that, lovely. Now it's starting to work. Okay, fantastic. Sorry about that. This is a very easy technology to use with your students. You just share the link. But we had a bit of problem there sharing it into the YouTube window. So worried, hopeful, apprehensive, stronger, unsure, doubtful, relieved. That's a nice word. Unpredictable, challenging, COVID-free, anxious, optimistic. Okay, we got a lot of words, but some are positive, some are negative. I think that's fair. Some are saying really good things. Some are saying thrilled. Okay, so we got some really positive ones there, like thrilled and innovative and relieved and positive and hopeful and motivated. Those are really positive words, but we've also got a few negative ones as well. I'm just going to refresh it again. Got more of you writing now. We got a fair combination of positive and negative. Challenging, okay, motivated, happy. But we've also got a few kind of less hopeful ones. Puzzled, we got a curious. That's a nice word. Challenging and exciting. Okay, hopeful is the most positive word that you're using at the moment. Okay. And I can also see a couple of negative ones like apprehensive. Lovely word. Wow, you're very good English speakers. Yeah. I'll tell you a nice word that I like that someone's used there, enriched. I think that's a really nice word to think about, enriched. We've been enriched. We know more about technology. We can think much more about how we're going to link it into our classroom. So I think that that's actually quite a good word that we can use. Okay. So lovely. We got lots of different words here on the screen. I'm going to give it one more refresh and let's just see before we move on. I'll just quickly come back and point. Okay, loads of words now. Fantastic. I've got you all writing there. Renaissance, lovely word there, coming from Italy. Yeah, Renaissance. Okay, the home of the Renaissance. Yeah, curiosity, motivated. Okay, apprehensive we've mentioned, which is a lovely word. Okay, that's a lovely technology for quickly getting people's ideas together. You simply go to Answer Garden. You click on plus. You write your question. So whatever you want to say, for example, what are you doing this evening? Okay. And then you would simply come down here, nothing else to do. Click on 40 so that they can write a longer word. And then you just click on create. And then you share the link with the students. Now, everything I'm going to show you today, because we're going to use lots of different technologies today, everything I'm going to show you, I've already prepared videos for you to show you how to use the different technologies. Okay, so don't worry, anything I show you today, then we are going to be using different I'm going to give you some videos to show you how to use those technologies. So should make it really easy. Okay, right, lovely. So we got you started. Great. I saw, for some reason at the beginning, we had a bit of problem sharing the link. Then I realized afterwards that you did manage to get in. It's a lovely technology, Answer Garden. And remember, I will be showing you a video. Now we're going to do a little bit of a presentation, just for a couple of minutes, and then going to get straight in, and we're going to make this as an interactive session as possible. Okay, so I'm going to do another screen share because I'm going to jump back again into my presentation. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to screen share my presentation. I'm going to jump in, and we've just had a look at Answer Garden, and I just want to talk a little bit about, and I'll just jump into presentation mode for this. One of the things that when we go back to teaching, or what we want to try to do, is some technologies that we've learned about, we're definitely going to be using them in the future, that's for sure. And some of them, maybe not. And I think one thing that I would say to you, as I've been teaching now for 20 years online, not all the time, but sometimes, and for the last 10 years, all the time, or a lot of the time, is how do we link a class together? And what I'm going to try to do today is to get you to think about the technology, particularly outside of the classroom, so that activities that the students can do for homework, okay, and activities that the students can do, that they can watch a video at home and then answer some questions, or they can read an article at home and then answer some questions. And this is where we can use the book, so the students can use the course book, they can read an article, but maybe we give them an activity to do online using Google Forms or using Kahoot. But I'm going to show you some new technologies today, but also some advanced ideas. The secret is to think about the connection between what I'm asking my students to do for homework and what I'm going to do in the class, or what I'm doing in the class, what I'm going to ask my students to do for homework. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with quite a fun activity. And I want you to imagine, and we're going to do an example here, that for homework, I asked you to watch a video or read an article about the internet. Okay, so watch a video or read an article about the internet. That was your homework. And now what I want to do is I want to check whether you understood the video or you understood the article. And I'm going to show you a website. I'm going to use a technology called quizzes.com. This is very similar to Kahoot, but it's a lot of fun. Now, let me show you really quickly this technology. Remember, everything that I show you today, I have got videos for. This is a lovely technology, and it's an alternative to using Kahoot. And you'll see that you don't have to share the screen. The students can answer the questions on their telephone or on the internet. And this means that you can ask the students to watch a video for homework and then answer these questions for homework, or you could ask the students to watch a video for homework and then do the activity in the class. Okay, so we're going to do an activity with this website Quizzes. I'm going to quickly share it and just show it to you, and we're going to get straight into that. So I'm just going to click over here. I'm going to do a screen share, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to Quizzes. Hopefully you can see Quizzes now on the screen. And what I'm just going to very quickly show you this technology, and then we're going to do an example. So this is very much about checking understanding. And if I click on Explore, and let's say I was to write in the words English, let's say animals, okay, for learning animals in English, just as a simple example, there will be literally loads of activities that have already been created, some with pictures, some with video, because you can include video in when you work with Quizzes. Okay, so it's a great way of you not having to do any work. You can literally make a quiz very, very quickly. Now, the great thing about the way that this technology works is you can either use it in the class with your students and they can access it on their mobiles or they can access it on their telephone, but it's also great for homework. And we're going to do an example. So just imagine that the homework, first part of the homework was to read an article about the internet. And now I'm going to check your understanding. So I'm going to click on My Library. And we're going to use this one here, Russell's Internet Facts. We'll use this one here, okay? Very, very simple to do this. Watch this. I'm going to click here. Notice I can set it for homework, and it generates a link, and I can share that link with the students. And then when they do the homework, it tells me if they've done it or not. But I'm going to do it live in the class with you now. So I'm going to click on this button here, Start a Live Quiz. And we're going to choose Classic. And all I need to do is I leave everything the same. I'm going to choose Classic. I just click on Continue. This has got 11 questions. Now, all I need you to do is to go to that link, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay, I'm just going to copy that. Join my quiz. I need you to go there. And when you go there, I want you to write the number 431101. And what will happen, and let me just quickly show you. I'm just going to jump over and just show you what that's going to look like. What will happen is if I just click on there, okay, is you just put that number in. Just, yeah, you're going to come when you click on Join My Quiz, you're going to come into this here, just put that code in, and you will join me on the system. So I'm just going to stop sharing and come back to our presentation. And in the chat window, I'm going to share the link. I just want you to go to Join My Quiz. Okay, join my quiz. And when you go to join my quiz, all you need to do is write 431101. And I'm going to share that with you as well. So I'm just going to come back and write 431101. 431101. And all I want you to do is to click on that link, and it says at the top, put in the code, and you will join me on the activity. So I'm just waiting for people to join now. I'm just waiting for people to join. So just click on the first one is in. Valentina, Liz is in, Vale's in, teacher, we got Emma's in, Lorenzo, Lara. We're gonna give you lots of time to come in, get as many of you into the room as possible. Okay, I don't know if there's a limit on the number of people in this game. Hopefully not. We'll soon find out. But if there is a limit, then you'll see what the limit is. I've never done such a big one. We're going to have like maybe a few hundred people doing this activity. Okay, but we're going to see if it's going to work. So we got 72 people so far. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to log in. Now, while you're logging in, I'm just going to talk about this. This is brilliant for connecting the lesson together. The students have watched a video or they've read an article at home, and now you're checking their understanding. You can check their understanding at home, or you can check their understanding in the class. We've now got 98 people signed up. I'm not sure if there's a limit. No, there doesn't seem to be. So I'm going to give you a little while longer before I start. Now, one of the great things about this technology is the tracking. How effectively it tracks the students and tracks exactly what the students are doing. It will tell me who's answering the questions, what questions they're getting right, what questions they're getting wrong, etc. So it's really, really powerful in that way. Okay, you can see lots of you are joining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share. Just make sure now I'm going to do a screen share so that you can see what I can see on my screen as you've all been logging in. So I'm going to do a share, and I'm going to click on share, and I'm going to click on share entire screen. I'm going to share the audio. Okay, so I'm just going to click here, going to click on share, and this is what I can see at the moment. Okay. And so far, there's 129 of you. Now, just because of time, I'm going to have to start in a minute. So I'm sorry to those people if you didn't get time to log in just because of time, but you'll see how powerful this technology is. Okay. And it's free. It's free. Now, this is a super big class. We've got 132 of you logged in so far. I'm going to start. I'm sorry for those of you that didn't get time to log in, but obviously I've got to start with the activity. I am going to give you a video to use this activity. Okay, just a couple more of you coming in, so I'm going to hang on just a couple more minutes. I'd love to get as many of you in the room as possible. This is the biggest quizzes I've ever done. Here we go. I can't wait any longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, guys. At the moment, Martina's in first place and Paprika is in second place. Dali's in third, Veronica's fourth. Paprika's moved into top place now with 3,700 points. Martina's in second place. Dali has just jumped into first place, but Paprika's back in first place. 4,600 points. I can see all your answers coming onto the screen. I'm tracking absolutely everything you're doing. Betty has just moved up. She's just got 3. She's now into third place. Martina's in second place. Paprika is still top. Dali is now in 5th. Lizzie's just jumped up into 6th place. Veronica was up to 4th, but is back down to 5th now. At the moment, in top place is definitely Paprika with 8,380 points. Now moved up to 9,330. Francesca jumped up to second place, but is now back down to 4th. At the moment, it's Paprika first, Dali second. Paprika's actually finished the activity and got 9,330 points on the screen. The accuracy of the whole class is 67% at the moment. Just going to give you a couple more minutes to do the activity. It looks like Paprika is going to win. Veronica is in second. Oh no, Sarah has moved into top place. Sarah has moved into top place with 9,670 points. But there are still a few people finishing, so we might get another winner at the moment. Okay. Amazing. I've never done an activity with so many students. Absolutely incredible. And some of you are still doing that activity. Just going to give you a couple more minutes to finish. Well done, guys. That's amazing. Now, the incredible thing is the information that I've got on my screen about your performances, but not only that, also about the individual questions. And I'll talk more about it in a minute when the activity is finished. Just going to give you, I can stop the activity at any point now. Okay. And I'm going to just give you about another 15 seconds to finish, guys. And if you're looking at my screen, you can see that I can see exactly all the scores. And I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to finish, okay? I'm sorry I had to rush this because it's good fun, but we want to get through a lot of material today, so... Okay, I'm going to end the activity there. I'm going to end it now. Click on end. And I click on end again just to confirm that I'm going to end it. Sorry for those that I'm going to have to stop. Apologies. But obviously we're a little bit tight of time, okay? I can still hear people clicking away. Incredible. I'm going to end it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry for those that didn't get time to finish. I'm really sorry. Okay, absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to stop sharing a minute and I will come back to it. So I'm just going to stop sharing the screen and come back to our presentation. Okay, so thank you. That was absolutely fantastic. All right, it's a lovely, don't forget everything that I'm showing you. Okay, everything I'm showing you, I've got videos at the end so that you can learn how to use this technology. Now, the reason that I wanted to show you that is this linking idea, and quizzes.com is really powerful because you can use it for homework so the students can do the activity after they've watched a video or read an article, or you could do it in the class. So they've watched a video at home or they've read an article at home. Maybe it's in the book, maybe it's on the platform. And then you're at the beginning of the lesson say, right, guys, you watched the video at home and you've taken notes. Let's see how much you understood. Bang, you move straight into an activity. So you're using the technology to kind of connect the lesson together. And that's why I showed you that picture of that link. Okay. And what's really powerful is the information that I get about your performance. And we're going to have a quick look at that now. Now, this technology is free. And I don't even know what the limit is because I've been using it and using it and using it. And everything that I've been doing has been completely free. So it really does seem like a technology that, and also the questions are on the screen. Everything's in one place. So you don't need to look like with Kahoot. You have to project the questions. I love Kahoot, but you have to project the questions. And so everything in this one is in one screen. So it's a lovely technology. All right. Yes, that's a lovely point, okay, Valentino, about getting the students to make their own quizzes. And that's something I do a lot with Google Forms and also with WordWall, okay? So let's have a look at the results, okay? So let's see if I'm going to come back and click on share. I'm going to click on screen share. I'm going to click on share my whole screen and jump back to that particular technology. And if I just start by coming back to the home page, and I think if I come down here to my reports, I can actually see that you've done this activity. And if I click here, I do believe, let me just click here, I think I can get a complete breakdown of who got the answers wrong or right. So Sarah came in first. She got 100% accuracy. So, and a score of 9,670. Sarah, that's really impressive, actually. Well done. Okay. And all of these people here at the top have done really well. You've only got one question wrong. Now, if I go to the questions, I can look at the individual questions and see which questions I might need to teach you again, because some of you are making a mistake. It gives me a complete breakdown of who got the questions right, who got the questions wrong. And I've even got an overview. So I can click here, and this is really nice. So, for example, I can see that nearly everybody got question 9 wrong, okay, which is, I think, the one about search engines, okay? Just so that you know, Google doesn't search everything on the internet when it does a search, okay? So you can see that I get all this brilliant data, and I know, right, maybe I need to reteach that item, or maybe I need to reteach that item. Now, you would never do an activity like the way I've done it with you today, okay? You wouldn't do it in isolation. You would connect it to what you were doing with your students in the classroom. And that's the point I'm trying to make. If we just come back to the presentation a minute, okay, and if I just jump over to the presentation, it's this connection that we want to do. We want to get the connection between the homework and the class, or the class and the homework. I like to do a kind of flipped classroom. So often I use things like quizzes for the beginning of the lesson. For homework, the students have watched a video or they've read an article, and then in the classroom, I'm going to get them to do an activity in Kahoot or quizzes or Socrative. Okay, so it's a lovely technology, and it's one that's very popular on my website. I have a website where I train teachers to use technology, and that particular technology, quizzes, is very, very popular. Now we're going to jump over to something else now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the easiest audio tool on the internet, okay? And it's called, and I'm sure some of you know this, but what I'm hoping is I'm going to show you something really, really simple that we can do. We're going to look at Google Forms, but we're going to look at some advanced ideas in Google Forms, okay? And again, think about that connection, how this could work between what you do in class and what you do for homework. So Vocaroo.com is perhaps the easiest way to do a recording. And I'm going to give you an example. When you come on the website, there's nothing you can do apart from click on this button and record yourself. So I'm going to just do a really quick presentation of myself, okay? And we're just going to click on it for a few seconds. Hi, yeah, my name's Russell Stannard. I'm a teacher trainer. I used to be an English teacher, and then I was a Spanish teacher. I've also written a few books or photocopyable materials for course books, including for Macmillan. But these days, I basically specialize in training teachers. Click on stop, and incredibly, that is now ready. Now, actually, I'm just going to stop sharing just for 1 second and make sure that I'm sharing the audio so that you can actually hear that. So I'm just going to click on stop share, jump back. I'll do a re-screen share again and just make sure that I am sharing the audio with you. I am. Okay, so that you can now actually listen to that. Okay, so there is that recording. You should be able to hear this. I'm going to play it back. That was the recording I just did. Let's have a listen. Hi, yeah, my name's Russell Stannard. I'm a teacher trainer. I used to be an English teacher, and then I was a Spanish teacher. I've also written a few books or photocopyable materials for course books, including for Macmillan. But these days, I basically specialize in training teachers. Now, I can actually share that recording instantly, and we're going to just check. I just want to make sure that you all can hear this. What we're going to do is show you that you could now put that audio into Google Forms and then add some questions. So if I click on save and share, notice that I can embed it. I can download it, and it actually downloads as an MP3 file, which is fantastic. It's a really lovely small audio file. But I can also just click here and copy that link. Now, I'm just going to check and see whether or not you can listen to that audio. So I'm going to stop sharing again, come back to you guys, and I'm going to share that link with you. We're going to pass it to you in YouTube, and I'm hoping that you will be able to click on that link and listen to me speaking. So can you just when we share the link with you in a moment, can you just tell me in the chat window, just say yes or no, so I can just check, can you hear that audio? Okay, you can see it's so quick. I just clicked on the button, recorded myself, and the audio is ready, it just takes a few seconds. But I'd love to just in the comments, can you quickly write and just say yes or no? Okay, see how easy it is for me to make an audio file. So now what I can do, guys, is I could make a Google form where I have an audio file for the students to listen to and then some questions underneath. It could be a story. It could be me talking about a history of something. It could be anything that I want to talk about, a little presentation, and I can share that along with in the Google form so the students can click, listen to the audio, and then answer the question. So let me show you that, because I know many of you use Google Classroom and you know how to work with Google Forms, but maybe you didn't realize that you could do this. So let me just show you that now. I'm going to do a quick screen share. Okay, again, and we're going to jump back now to working with, let me just get the right window open for you all, just to make sure. I'm going to click on Google. That's what I want to open. Okay, so I'm going to click here. I'm going to make this really simple, and I'm going to go to my Google Drive. Okay, and in my Google Drive, I'm just going to click on New, and I'm going to click on Google Forms, and I'm going to make a Google form. Okay, and we're going to call this Russell listening. Okay, and I'm going to just say to you, which language did Russell teach? Okay, that's going to be my question, and I'm going to choose either we're going to put English, we're going to make this really easy, okay, and we're going to put French. Okay, I used to teach Spanish as well, but we're just going to put those two. Now I'm going to come up to the description here, and I'm just going to say, listen to the audio and then answer the questions below. Okay, and I'm going to just click there, and notice I've just shared that link to that audio file. Now I do need to jump over to here and turn this into a quiz. Okay, and click on save. And now what I will need to do is to, okay, in fact, I've just noticed that actually I should have done that first before I wrote the question. But so what I'm going to do is I'll just delete that and do it again. Sorry. So add the question again. All right. And let me just make sure I did turn that quizzes button on. Yeah, quizzes button. No, I didn't. That was why. Sorry, I didn't turn it on. Right. Save. Okay, let's just do that again. So what language didn't Russell teach? We'll do it the other way around. Okay, so what language didn't Russell teach? And I'm going to put some options here: French, and then English and Spanish. And the answer, of course, is French. I didn't teach Spanish. I didn't teach French. Okay, so then I need to go into the answer key. So I click on the answer key. I tell the correct answer is French. That's the one language I didn't teach out of these three. And if you get that answer right, I'm going to give you 5 points. And I'm going to give you some feedback. If you get the incorrect answer and say Russell didn't teach French. I do actually speak some French, but I'm not good enough to teach it. And then correct answer is correct. He never taught French. Okay, just giving you a really quick example. All right, so I've made a 1 question quiz. Now in reality I would add more questions. So in theory now I could share this with my students for their homework. They would have to listen to the audio and then answer the question. Now if I do a quick preview, and I can click here and preview, I can see, look, now what happens when the students click on the audio is that it will open up another tab. So let me just click there just to show you. I'm going to ask you to do it in a minute. And then you see that it opens up a tab. I can listen to the audio, and then I have to come back again and then answer the question. So the correct answer is French. I click on submit, and I can even view my score, and I saw I got the answer correct. Okay, so I'm going to get you to do that now. All right, so what we're going to do is, let me just get yeah, good. Okay, all right, so one moment. I'm going to click on send, and I'm going to share this link with you. I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to copy that link. Okay, and I'm hoping that you will be able to do this quiz. Okay, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to stop sharing, come back into the window. So what I'm trying to do is show you a few ways that you could take Google Forms to a higher level and do more interesting things with it. Okay, what you were writing. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to share the link with you now. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's really complicated when I'm trying to share so many windows. Sorry. Okay. But I'm going to share with you the link. Okay. Don't worry. Again, there's a video at the end to help you. All right. I'm going to share with you the link. And when you click on the link, you will see that I added the Vocaroo, the audio link at the top. Okay. And then the question is underneath. All right. I'm just using Google Forms. I know many of you work with Google Classroom, so you have access to Google Forms. So I'm just going to click on in the private chat. I'm just going to share this with you, and I'm going to click on send. Okay, and hopefully, don't worry, guys. I'll go over that again very quickly. I realized sometimes when you're sharing so many windows, it does get a little bit tricky when you're using these screen share technologies, I'm afraid. So hopefully, though, it should work. You should be able to access that video. So just going to give you a couple of moments. Let me know whether or not you can see that video. Can you just write in the quiz if it worked? Just say, yes, it worked. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully you should see that you can now click on the audio file at the top, which will open another tab. You can listen to me speak, and then you can answer the question. So this is how you could make a Google form with audio. I'm just suggesting one idea. Of course, you can do it lots of ways. Just can you write in the window afterwards, did it work? Just say yes or no. Hopefully you was able to click on that Google form and do the activity. Perfect. Okay. I can see that people are starting to do it. Remember, all the data will come back to me, so I will know that you've all done the activity as well. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. So what I'm trying to show you is that when you work with Google Forms, you can make it a bit more interesting by adding in an audio file. And Vocaroo is the easiest audio file technology that you can use. It's so simple to use, guys. You literally just click on one button, you record yourself speaking, and then you copy the link and you put it into your Google firm, back into your Google. Okay. Let me just quickly come back again and show you that again, all right? And then we'll have a look at a couple of other things. And I'll try to be careful with the screen sharing. Sometimes it's very complicated. So what I will do, I'm going to click on screen share and click on share my screen. Click on, I'll share the entire screen for you, okay? And I'm just going to come back onto that screen again. And what I'm going to do is come back to this. This is the activity. I can see 139 of you have done the activity, okay? Now, what I should have done actually is given that a title. If I click here on the title I wrote at the top and I can click here, it will use that as the title. I can now look at the responses and I can see a complete distribution of you if you got the answer wrong or right. It gives me a complete breakdown of the answers. So see how easy it is for me to make an audio file and share it with my students. Now, just in case you didn't see how I did that, I'm just going to show you again. So we'll go back to Vocaroo, okay? Remember, you just click on Vocaroo here, okay, to do a recording. You literally just click on that button. So if I just refresh the screen so that we come back to the home page of Vocaroo, let me just click back onto Vocaroo so that we're just on vocaroo.com. It's called vocaroo.com. Watch again. You'll see that all I do is click on this button here, okay? Bueno, me llamo Russell, soy profesor de inglés, era también profesor de español en el pasado. Hoy en día, que lo que pasa que ya no hablo español como hablaba antes, pero sí hablaba muy bien cuando antes había vivido en España. Okay, I just do a simple recording, and then if I click on this button here, I can listen to that. Now, I'm just going to make sure, again, I'm just going to click here. Bueno, me llamo Russell, soy profesor de inglés, era también profesor de español. And if I wanted to share that, I just click here and I copy that link. Okay, that's simple. Now, if I wanted to add that into a Google form, I'm going to click here and just show you. So we'll come back to my Google Forms. We'll add a new one. Just watch again. New. Okay, Google Forms. And we're going to call this one Spanish because I've done this one in Spanish. So I'm going to click on Spanish. And all I do is in the description here, I say, listen to the video. Sorry, listen to the audio and answer the questions. Okay, so then I can share the link to the audio. And now I can begin to make my Google Forms. Now, if you don't know how to do a Google form, I'm going to give you a video to show you how to do that at the end. Okay, it's very, very easy to make a Google form. Okay, so hopefully that was nice and clear. Vocaroo, of course, you can get your students to use Vocaroo. They can make audio recordings. It really is a very, very simple technology. I'm going to stop sharing and come back again. And just in the comments, okay, I didn't share that link. I didn't share that second link. I didn't share it. I just showed you. Is this useful, guys? Is this going to help you? Can you see some of the possibilities? We've looked at Answer Garden. We've looked at using quizzes.com. Now we've looked at the ease with which we can connect Vocaroo and Google Forms together. So I'm hoping that this is going to be quite useful to you in terms of things that you can do, okay? You can even share your link in your Google Classroom. Don't forget, you're just doing an audio, but you could also get your students to create an audio file as well. Now, I'm going to just show you one more thing, and I've saved the best thing, okay? Yeah, of course, you can use an authentic audio track. You must share the link to the audio track, okay? So you can do that as well. Can you leave the questions until the end, guys, all right? We'll try and stop about 4 or 5 minutes early so that we can discuss these questions as well, okay? You really want to think about taking your level slightly higher. I'm going to show you one more thing. Yeah, I'm sorry if you couldn't join in the first quiz because obviously I had to kind of limit the time. But remember, there are videos to help you to do these technologies. I'm just going to show you one final thing that's really useful. For me personally, the most useful technology, okay? I'm going to come back to share. And I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to make sure I share the audio, and I'm going to click on the Chrome tabs, and we're going to jump over to a technology called Screencastomatic, which is completely free. Now, Screencastomatic allows you to record yourself or to record the screen of your computer like a video. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to click on Launch Recorder. Okay, and you'll notice it opens up this little recorder here. And this actually will mean that everything in this area here behind this square, if I click here, will become a video. And what I'm going to do this is I'm going to minimize my browser. Okay, so I get all rid, and I'm going to open up a picture. And I'm just going to quickly open up this picture onto the screen. We can see the picture now. And I'm now going to click on this button here, and I'm going to do a description of this picture. So I'm just going to click on this button here, and it allows me to record myself. Okay, this is a picture of a house. It's quite similar to my house in England. My house is also what we call semi-detached. You can see we've got a front garden, and this house has got 3 bedrooms, which is the same as mine. And in the back, I've also got another garden, which is slightly bigger. And obviously we can sit outside in the sunshine, though of course in England we don't get much sunshine. And I'm going to click on the stop button, and I'm going to click on done, and I'm going to click on save, and that video is already ready. And if I click on play now, hopefully you should be able to, and I'm just going to make sure that you can screen share this. Okay, so I'm going to click over here and just click on stop screen sharing, and just make sure again that you can screen share that. So if I just click on share and come over, okay, share, and make sure again end screen. Okay,
Russell, I'm seeing that they can't see what you were sharing. I've seen a number of comments.
Okay, lovely. So let me just try come over again, and I'll show that again. Right, so let me just take you through that again, guys, just in case you didn't see that last thing. All right, so let me just show you what I did. First of all, I went on to a technology called Screencastomatic. There it is, okay? And I clicked on Launch Recorder. And it opens up this recorder area here, okay? And then I clicked on just minimized my browser because I want to record myself talking over this picture. So I'm going to open the picture on the screen. There it is. And I just click now on this button here. I'll do that again. Okay, so here's a picture of a house that's very similar to my house. and it's
I
got.
don't think. Sorry if I'm interrupting you, but I think they're still having trouble seeing
They
it.
should see that. They should be able to see that.
Have you shared the
Can you
entire
just,
screen?
Yeah, yes, I have. And it says that
Okay.
it says to me that I'm showing. Okay, right, guys, I'm going to just carry on with the recording. So, okay, so this is a 3-bedroom house, very similar to my house. And we can see we've got a garden at the front here and some windows, and there's the front door, and there's also a garden at the back. This house is what we call semi-detached. I'm going to click on that button now. I'm going to click on done. I'm going to click on save. Don't forget this technology is completely free. And now I'm going to click here. And okay, so here's a picture of a house that's very similar to my house. So you can see that instantly I can make a video. This could be learning content for my students. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that onto my YouTube channel. So I'm going to click on YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you just put the Gmail account name in, and I'm going to call this Russell's House. Okay. And now I'm just going to set it as unlisted. That means that nobody can find it on YouTube. You have to share the link. I'm going to click on publish. That video is now being uploaded directly onto my YouTube account. And that will mean now that I can share that link. I'm going to click on copy link. I can share that link with my students. So let me come back under stop sharing. I'm going to jump back again to where you are. Okay, so I'm just going to click on done and come back to your presentation. And I'm going to share that video with you. And hopefully you will be able to watch that video. So this technology allows you super quickly to make a video. Okay, now you could put that video in Google Forms. So you could add that video to Google Forms. So again, can you just click on that link and tell me if you can watch that video? Okay. Okay, so hopefully you should be able to just click on that link and access the video. Okay. Can you just tell me whether or not that link is working, guys? Okay. So it seemed to be having a little bit of tech problems today. That video, you should be able to just simply click on the link and watch the video. So just if someone can tell me, if you could write in the chat window if you can see the video. Lovely. It sounds like you can see it. Brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. Good, 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 good. Lovely. Okay. So look how quickly I can make a video. Okay. And then put it onto YouTube using that free technology. So again, I can be really creative. I can make videos and then I can share them with my students. I can share it on Google Classroom. I can share the video for the students to watch, or, and my final thing I'm going to show you, I can put that video into a Google form. And I'm just going to show you that for the last thing, okay? So what I'm trying to show you here is how you can start to get a bit creative and take things to a slightly different level, and how you can get your students to listen to an audio that you've made at home or a video that you've made at home, and then connect that into an activity you're going to do in the class. Okay, so let me just show you one final thing. I know we're going to have about 5 minutes for questions, but I'm going to screen share. And again, what I'll do is I'll screen share my whole screen so that you can clearly see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to click on share, and if we jump back to Google Forms, and we're actually going to do a quick Google form. So I'm just going to close those ones down, and just to show you this, watch this. So again, click on YouTube. I'm going to click on Google Forms, and this time we're doing YouTube. So I'm going to write YouTube. Now watch this. This is fantastic. I'm going to come down to here, and I'm going to add video. Now all I need to do is add the video link. Okay, and it will search for that video, Russell's House. I can click here and then click select. And now that video is added into the top of my Google form. And I'm going to write, watch this video and answer the questions below. Okay, and I could even give a little description here. Again, this is a video about Russell's house. Watch the video and answer the questions. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to write too fast here. Simply as that, I can add a video, my own video that I've created into my Google form, and then I would just add the questions underneath. Now, if I click on preview, you'll see that that video works perfectly, and I can click on that video and I can watch it. So here's a picture of a house. Now, one little tip actually is click on the video, and what you can do is you can make it a little bit bigger. All right, and also, if I remember rightly, let me just click, yes, that you can click here and just put it into the center. So center align. And now you've got the video in the middle. Okay. So that technology that I've just showed you is called Screencastomatic, the ability to record yourself or record something that you've opened on your computer screen. And it's probably one of the most popular and widely used technologies in education. Fantastic for teachers because you can make your own content. So Screencastomatic for video and Vocaroo for audio. Okay. Now, I'm sorry that we had a little bit of problem with the screen sharing. Sometimes it's very difficult, especially when you're trying to work with so many different windows. But hopefully, I'm going to just make a point here, really, because some of you making comment, that really is very easy. You just click on, open up the screen, choose whatever you want to record and click one button. And remember, I've made a video to show you how to do this, okay? So that if you want to learn, you can watch my video, learn what to do. And one of the things is that that technology is free, okay? And it's very useful to learn Vocaroo and Screencastomatic to take your use of technology to a slightly higher level. Casimir, have we got any questions that I can answer before I give them the handout? I've made this special handout.
Yeah, there was quite a few questions and comments. So I noticed one person, I think her name was Rosalia, said she felt hopeless at the beginning of the presentation. So I hope she's feeling a little less so now after having spent an hour with us. Someone did raise an issue that caught my eye because it's something I think about a lot. And it's not to do with the technology as such, but they were asking about, you know, particularly with Join My Quiz, would there be issues for privacy, given GDPR and all that, with students under 18? Have you heard about issues related to that?
No, because there is no, you're not requiring their email addresses. You're not actually asking for any specific information at all. So there isn't really any issues with GDPR. You're not storing any information whatsoever. You make the quiz, you share the quiz, they log in with a code. The only thing that they're putting in is their name. So there's no issues with GDPR. You're not collecting any data. You're not collecting anything at all. So there's no issues there.
Okay, fantastic. I think that definitely answers the question then. You know, there was quite a few questions, and I can see one now by Veronica. I think she actually asked this before, and her question is, what advantages does that have over Kahoot? Quizzes over Kahoot?
Well, there's two things I'd like to say about that. First of all, one, you know, obviously I do a lot of training with teachers. I see a lot of teachers working, and people are overusing Kahoot. They're using it all the time. So it's a great alternative. But also what you need to realize, if you know Kahoot well, when you work with Kahoot, you have the answers on your telephone, but you need to look at another screen to see the questions. When you work with quizzes, everything is in one quick system. Kahoot is excellent. I love them both. But I'm just saying it's an alternative. And also the way they've set up the system, it does make it easier to deal with. I mean, Kahoot has introduced this as well now, but quizzes, that does really well for the homework. It generates the link, you share the link, the students can do the activity anytime within, say, a 48-hour period. You can choose the moment when the activity is closed. So you don't have to use it just in a live session, but you can use it for homework. Okay, so that's the reason that I was showing you it, because, you know, I mean, I've actually work with the Kahoot organization, and I know it's a great technology, but it's overused, and so it's an alternative. And I like both. I like both.
Okay, fantastic. I think we've got time for one final question. It was from Valentina. It was a bit of a more technical question. She was curious if you need to have a YouTube channel if you're using Screen.
Yep, Screencastomatic. Yep, Casimir, you've frozen for a second there, but I know what you're going to ask me. You to share the videos. Yeah, it's all right. For some, to share the videos on YouTube, you would need to use your Gmail account. Okay, so you do need to add in when you go to share just the first time, you just put in your Gmail plus your password, and then the Screencast-O-Matic and the YouTube are connected. You can also save your videos on your Google Drive. Okay, so you've got lots of ways of working with your Screencast-O-Matic. Guys, just to finish with, I did make a handout because obviously I'm aware that some of you and I was going very fast today. If you want help with any of the technologies today, and I'm just going to quickly share it for you, I've got a handout produced for you. I'm just going to see if I can quickly open it on the screen. Okay, and if you let me just jump to the page. If you, in the end, this is the handout. It's help videos for all the different things I've just showed you. Screencast-O-Matic, quizzes, Padlet, and Answer Garden Google Forms, okay? Plus I put a couple extra. All you need to do is to email me, and it's automatic, russellhandout@gmail.com. Put in Mondadori, please, and then just say, hello, I am blah, blah, blah from blah, 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 and you will get a copy of that handout, and then you can learn those technologies. Okay, so just russellhandout@gmail.com, and I'll put the Gmail in the chat window as well. Subject Mondadori, okay, and just say hello, I am blah 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 from blah blah blah, and you will get that handout, and then you can try to learn to use those technologies, particularly Screencast-O-Matic. I really would recommend it. It's probably the biggest and most popular technology that people are using in education. Okay, I'm going to click on stop sharing and come back again to Casimir. Have we got any final questions, or?
I think that's about it, really. So, Russell, thanks very much for being with us this afternoon. And I'd like to thank everyone for participating. This is the final live streaming event that we're doing in this season. We will be planning our next fall session in the coming weeks, and we'll be advertising, posting stuff on that, so everyone can participate. And we hope to see you, Russell, in the fall too.
Good. Thanks, guys. Hopefully it wasn't.
Thank you, everybody.
Fast.
Have a great end to your school year. Thank you. Bye-bye.